My name is Gerry Fitzgerald. I'm 69 years of age. I'm from Tipperary town. I'm so lucky to be here today to share my story because in 2021 a total stranger gave me the gift of life. I always got bad chest infections every year, but after a course of antibiotics and steroids I started to feel better. It became the norm. 4 years ago I went to a routine visit to my doctor, Chris Ryan in Tipperary town, fantastic GP. He said, after listening to my chest, he said, "I think you have pulmonary fibrosis, I'm not sure, will you get it checked out?" He referred me to a consultant in Limerick University Hospital. I wasn't overly concerned, I thought I was just being cautious. After a number of tests, it was indeed confirmed that I got pulmonary fibrosis. It's incurable. It causes hardening and scarring of the lungs, and over time gets worse until your lungs no longer function. They prescribed a course of medication to slow down the progression of the disease. And I was put in touch with the Irish Lung Fibrosis Association, so kind and helpful. They started me on a course of physio and exercises twice weekly on a 13-week programme. The teams in the Mater and ILFA are absolutely amazing. They really helped me feel I could do it. I threw myself into the physio and really enjoyed the exercise classes and felt good after it. I enjoyed it so much that I kept going after the prescribed programme ended. All the time, my function was being monitored, but after about 5 months, my oxygen levels and energy was dropping. I was introduced to consultant lung transplant physician Michelle Murray in the Mater Hospital, who explained the very poor condition of my left lung and I needed a transplant. I was absolutely devastated to hear the news. I didn't realise I was so sick at all. I was on oxygen for 24 hours a day, needing 40 bottles a month. I carried a bag on my back and could only walk about 40 metres from my house before I turned back. I was afraid I wouldn't get home. Also, my weight dropped about 30 kilos in 2 years when I was really sick. When COVID was at its actual worst in 2021, I was put on the transplant waiting list. I got 5 false calls. For those who don't know what a false call is, you get a call that a donor lung could be available for you. And after you get, all the time you get prepped for surgery. All the tests done before you hear whether it will happen or not. The organ may be damaged or more suitable for another patient on the waiting list, who is probably on the same corridor as you in the hospital, waiting for the news. It's a very emotional time, because what you're actually thinking of is the donor and their family. And you're thinking of the family at home because you're expecting news at home as well. On the 6th call, it was my turn. In the winter of 21, my life was saved by an organ donor. Total stranger. I was home for Christmas and made great strides and intended monthly visits to the Mater Hospital subsequently. I love walking my dogs every day. I have 3 rescue dogs and I walk them every day. On the wet days, I have an exercise bike which I use on the old wet days. I'm so grateful now to my donor to be alive and enjoy my life with my partner, beautiful partner Pip down there, and my 2 grown-up kids and my 16-year-old grandson, who is going on 45. I want to thank a few people really sincerely now. I've been thinking of the best way to do it. All I can say is thank you. And I have a few people, everyone I met, but on the top of the list is my partner Pip, who is studying for her master's herself and never failed to get me to an appointment or a meeting, and was an outstanding person in my life. I wasn't able to drive when I needed to get up and down the hospital. She took time off and battled through traffic to get me there and back without a word of angst or complaint. I'd also like to thank the health service in general. I'd also like to thank my GP in Tiptown, the people in Limerick University Hospital, the Mater Hospital, and of course the ILFA. They took absolutely fantastic care of me. But I want to leave the last few words to, I'm so lucky to be alive. I'm quite emotional to thank my donor and their family, who in their absolute hour of need could think of somebody else, and I'm a beneficiary of that. Not only did they give me life, but they put joy back into my life. I think of them every minute, every waking hour. And we have a little flower arrangement at home, organised by Pip, and it's illuminated by beautiful, delicate candles. It's been lighting every day since I got the operation, at least 12 hours a day. I want to thank you all very much for listening to me.